1, 2, 3, 4. Coming to you, not exactly live, but not dead yet either, from the infamous LeVitus Studios, deep in the heart of the Texas Hill Country, my name is Bob LeVitus. They call me Dr. Mac, and this is my TV show. Are you sick of throwing away money on custom ringtones? Does it anger you to pay good money for ringtones of songs you already paid for once? If so, I've got good news for you. Welcome to episode 4, in which I'll show you how to make your own custom ringtones in minutes using free tools that come with your Mac like GarageBand and iTunes. It's really easy. To get started, launch GarageBand and create a new ringtone project. Ignore the details at the bottom of the window. They're irrelevant to making a ringtone. Click the Media Browser button in the upper right corner, and if the Audio tab isn't already active, click to make it active. Now click iTunes, wait for it to load, then click Music to display all the songs in your iTunes library. I'm going to create a ringtone for my mom, and of course, the only song I even considered was Alan Sherman's Hello Mutta, Hello Fada. Most of you are probably too young to remember that one. Select the song you'd like to turn into a ringtone. You can search for it if, like yours truly, you have a boatload of songs. Then, drag that song onto the GarageBand timeline like this. I'm going to hide the media browser now that I'm done with it to make more space for my timeline. And I'm also going to switch GarageBand's display from the default, which is measures, to minutes, since ringtones have to be under 40 seconds and the number of measures is irrelevant. See how only a small portion of the song is visible? Before I do anything else, I'm going to adjust the horizontal zoom by dragging this little slider. Now I can see the whole song at once. I drag the song to the left a little so it starts at 0 seconds. I move the playhead to the beginning, and then I click play to listen to it.
Hello, Mutta. Hello, Fada. Here I am at Camp Granada. Camp is very entertaining, and they say we'll have some fun if it stops raining.
I determined that the first verse, which begins with Hello Mutta, is going to make a delightful ringtone. So now I need to delete the instrumental intro that precedes it and the rest of the song that comes after it. Now the instrumental intro is about 16 seconds long, so I move the playhead to 16 seconds, find the exact spot where it ends, and then choose Edit Split Regions at Playhead. I delete the intro, which is on the left, by selecting it and pressing Delete or Backspace. The first verse ends at about 32 seconds, so I repeat the process and delete everything that comes after the end of the first verse. And that leaves me with a ringtone around 16 seconds in length, which makes it, at least in my humble opinion, just about the perfect length for a ringtone. I listen to it a couple of times to make sure it's just right. I check the levels to make sure they're not in the red. And when I'm satisfied with everything, I choose Share Ringtone to iTunes and get this error message. I did that on purpose. If you click the Adjust button, GarageBand adjusts the length automatically and then shares the tone to iTunes, and that's the good news. The bad news is that sometimes it does it wrong, like in this case. It did it incorrectly and made it 40 seconds long instead of 17 seconds long, so there's like 23 seconds of silence at the end. That's not good, but it's easily remedied. To fix it, I made sure the cycle region was enabled. It's denoted by the yellowish bar above the timeline, and I dragged the right edge of the cycle region leftward to where the ringtone actually ends. Then I chose Share Ringtone to iTunes again. This time I got a perfect 17-second ringtone. There is one last thing. You may have noticed I never saved the GarageBand file, which is still named Untitled. That's because I never save GarageBand files I use to make ringtones. If I ever have to recreate one, which I never have, it would be easy enough to do. But that means that my ringtones are named Untitled when they arrive in iTunes, and that's not ideal. So I changed its name from Untitled to Hello Mutta. Now there are 2 more steps, little tiny steps to take before your new ringtone will work with your iPhone. First, you have to sync the tone with your phone. Then you have to assign the tone to a contact or contact. And you can't do this in contacts on your Mac, or actually you could, but they only work for FaceTime and iPhone handoff calls. To assign a custom ringtone to a contact so it works on your iPhone, open Contacts on your iPhone, find the contact, tap Edit, and select your custom ringtone. So now, whenever Mom calls, I'll hear Hello Mother instead of my default ringtone, which is Under My Wheels by Alice Cooper.
Telephone is ringing.
Yeah, the telephone is ringing. I hope Mom calls before the end of the episode so you can see and hear my new ringtone in action.
Hello, Mother. Hello, Father.
Huh.
Here I am at Camper
Hi, Mom.
Bobby, put on your sweater. I'm freezing.
So, here's the bottom line. I can now tell if it's Mom
Hello, Mother.
or my wife,
Pretty woman.
sister,
Looking for my sister.
brother,
He's my brother.
my editor,
The boss of me now.
or even my agent Swifty. Without even looking at my phone, even if it's in my pocket or my backpack. I love my custom ringtones. They're really cool. They're easy to make. They're fun. They cost nothing. So why are you still sitting there? Go make some ringtones. Oh, wait. There is one last thing. You can use these same exact tones as text tones. Just assign the custom ringtone as a text tone, and that's what you'll hear when the person sends you an iMessage. By the way, for those of you who prefer written instructions, you'll find them in my lovingly crafted show notes right here. Here. Okay, that's all I got for you today, but don't be dismayed. I'll be back in 2 weeks, as always, with another thrilling episode of the BobLeVitus.TV show. Until then, stay tuned.
2, 3, 4.